Alright, hi people, Scsigs here, and I'm here to do an unboxing for you guys today of all 7 Dragon Ball Z Dragon Boxes, or Dragon Box Zs, I guess. Um, so yeah, didn't know that I'd be able to do this as quickly as I did, but yeah, so I started to hunt down the last 4 remaining Dragon Boxes that I needed, because I had these 3 for years, ever since like 2011, I believe, when after they stopped coming out, I started buying them, but didn't know these were a limited thing, and I didn't know to snatch up the other ones as fast as I could before they went out of print. But they already started going out of print, at least the earlier ones did, as soon as I started buying the later ones. So for years, for over 10 years, I had the last 3, boxes 5 through 7, and I needed boxes 1 through 4. Now, here's the thing: if you are wanting to buy the Dragon Boxes on places like eBay or other websites that sell used DVDs and everything, especially like anime DVDs, these things are pretty expensive. They do get pretty expensive. So if you did not buy them when they were still in print back in 2009 to 2011, you're going to be paying a premium, even more of a premium. Because at launch, these things started out at like somewhere between 50 and 80 bucks. Depending on where you bought them, you could have gotten them for cheaper as well. Sometimes, some people, I've heard anecdotes on YouTube saying that they got them for about, I think, like 30 sometimes. Like some of the later ones, I believe, you could have gotten for like 35 bucks or something like that, if you bought them at the right place. Amazon, I believe, usually sold these things for 50. At Right Stuff, I believe you could get them either for or somewhere between 35 and 50, I believe, depending on the box and how much of a discount they decided to give you. Which RIP, Right Stuff. But yeah. Now, in regards to how much I paid, I believe I paid somewhere around 50 bucks for the last 3 of these, each, and that's because I got them at launch, or not at launch, but before they went out of print, which was good. Then these 4, the first 4, I have paid in the upwards of 700 bucks for. Yeah, I did the math, I believe, either last night or a few nights ago, before shooting this, and the first 4 Dragon Boxes seem to be the most rare, particularly box sets 2 and 4. I don't know why 2 and 4 are the ones that are the most rare and expensive to find, but that's just how it is. Yeah, so I bought box set 1 for about 80 bucks. For some reason, it's like the cheapest out of all of them. I don't know why, but it just is. Then box set 2 and 3, I paid 200 bucks each for, after haggling down the price about 20% for both, because they were in individual listings but from the same seller. So I asked them if I could get some sort of discount, because I didn't want to pay over 400 bucks for them, or much over 400 bucks for them. And the person relinquished, giving me 20% off of both of them. So yeah, they weren't exactly the same amount of money beforehand, but they added up to 400 bucks after that discount. And then box set 4 is the latest one I had to buy, and it was about $291 after tax. Yeah. But it is the lowest that I've seen that particular Dragon Box in a while, and right now on eBay, the lowest one you will find, if you're not wanting to wait that long to get these, is in the upwards of like 450 to 500 bucks. I don't know why those 2 specific ones, 2 and 4, are like the hardest, or the most rare and the most expensive. But just be aware, if you are wanting to buy these, that is the warning. And if you're wanting to buy these and you don't have a ton of money to spare to spend on these. So, yeah, I've seen box sets 5 through 7 go in the upwards of a couple $100 each. So, yeah. But let's do this. I also decided to get these because I have had it with Funimation and their own bullshit remasters of this series because, let's be completely honest, Funimation's own remasters of this series outside of the level Blu-rays is consistently terrible. The orange bricks were really badly done. They were cropped to widescreen. They were given so much DVR that it literally, which is an automated cleanup process, by the way, when remastering film stock, that it deleted lines of animation, and it just looked terrible. On top of that, the colors were badly done. They were oversaturated. The brightness was jacked up too much. And then, and the cropping wasn't even that good because they just did a straight crop where they cut off 20% of the tops and bottoms of the frames. So things were just cut off that you were meant to see because of the shot composition. Then they did the level set Blu-rays, which were actually not that bad. However, they were expensive because of the remastering process. On top of that, they did not sell well because, for one, Funimation put out the orange bricks. Then, two, they put out these right after the orange bricks were done. Then they started releasing Kai in 2010, and then they put out the level set Blu-rays after these were done. They didn't give it enough time for people to actually want Blu-rays because the orange bricks and the dragon boxes satisfied two completely separate sects of the fandom. If they either hadn't released the dragon boxes or waited a few years for people to start wanting Blu-rays of Dragon Ball Z, then I'm pretty sure they would have sold pretty well. But yeah, on top of that, they had less episodes per set, and people didn't feel the price was justified. So yeah, then in 2013, they put out a survey to ask people if they wanted 4x3 or 16:9 Dragon Ball Z. Most people voted for 4x3, but Funimation completely ignored that because, in their own words, the orange bricks sold really well, and those were cropped, and the level sets did not sell well, and those weren't cropped to widescreen. What? But anyways, then why throw out the survey if you're just going to use bullshit logic and sales to, do whatever. But anyways, those season set Blu-rays, which for some reason Crunchyroll still uses the masters for, they also still keep the orange bricks in print for some stupid reason. Those were cropped to widescreen. The DVR was terrible. Not nearly as bad as the orange bricks where lines were deleted, but still bad. Everything looks like a fucking watercolor painting, and then which is not how the show is supposed to look. The colors were badly done, and the brightness was just too fucking much. Funimation. And then they waited several years. In 2019, they did the fundraiser on Kickstarter for having 3,000 copies of the 30th anniversary set. They did what they billed as a new remaster. Same techniques as they used for the season set Blu-rays, only kept in 4x3, as if that was the only problem. Then they bullshitted us and gave contradictory information as to why they did the process that they did. Oh my fucking god! And then on top of that, they just could not help themselves with applying basically the same shit that they did for the season set Blu-rays. And yeah, then they put those out after those didn't sell too well. They put those out, I think, to recoup a bunch of their losses. They put those out in the steelbooks, which were basically the season set Blu-rays, but in steelbooks, but 4x3 also, which I do have. I settled for those at the time because I didn't think I was going to get the Dragon boxes too quickly after that, and I wanted to own the show in some way. And I don't think I'll sell those anytime soon unless if a new, better remaster comes out, because I'll be completely honest, the steelbooks are actually not that bad in terms of packaging. The masters on the discs are terrible, but I actually like how the steelbooks turned out. So yeah, even if they do a new remaster, I'll probably or if AB Group does a remaster and they license that, I'll probably just put the discs in those steelbook cases, depending on how many cases are, or how many discs are in the cases. But yeah. And now Crunchyroll, for some reason, are reprinting the 2013 to 14 season set Blu-ray masters onto new discs in new packaging, where it's 3 seasons a set for like $30, which okay for your dollar value, but I think it really just goes to show how cheaply those remasters were made and how the company sees it. It sees those remasters, particularly if they continually do shit like that. On top of that, I got the Blu-ray steelbooks, by the way, for Dragon Ball Z. I got those in 2-for-1 or 3-for-2 sales, where one of them was free because I paid for 3-for-2 on Amazon. There are 3-for-2 deals that they do sometimes. So I technically got, I believe, about I got 9 of those for the price of 6, basically. So there you go. I am sorry that this took almost 12 minutes. Let's get to the boxes. So, first one, you have Goku on the front. Dragon Ball Z Volume 1. I hope you guys enjoyed my rant on my soapbox. But anyways, Dragon Ball Z DVD box. Description of it contains episodes 1 to 42. So yeah, spine right here, all that, and then the 1-star Dragon Ball, the episode numbers, Italian Funimation. On the bottom, got everything, and this is going to be consistent throughout all of them. 1,050 minutes, English subtitles, English voice track with original Japanese music, 5.1 surround, Japanese voice track with original music mono, regions 1 and 4, 4x3, TVPG, DVD and Dolby Digital. So yeah, on this side you got a bit of Goku. On the back you got the Shenron, and then this right here, bit of shelfware because the person I bought this from, well, they kept it decently, but shelfware just happens over time. Then we have this backing, which comes with all of them, which describes this release. And yeah, if you guys wanna pause the video and read that, there you go. And then it has the information that's on the bottom of the box on the back here. So yeah, I'm glad that they did print the information of the episodes on the disc and everything on the bottom of the box, just in case you didn't have the paper. So yeah, so here we go. With this, you have Goku on the back there. Then we have the discs. Discs 1, 2, and 3 with Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan as a kid. You have this, which is an insert that lets you know of releases coming at the time, which even has a thing for the next Dragon box. Then we have the Dragon Book, which all of these come with. These are smaller recreations of the ones from the Japanese Dragon box sets, translated into English. She has character bios, relationship charts, episode guides, history of Dragon Ball Z. She gives you a historical thing on what was happening at the time that episodes and the manga came out, I believe. But yeah, because honestly, I personally think that this was worth it to get, for me at the very least. Fashion check. Like, I could justify getting these. Character designs for the anime. Alright. Then we have the other 3 DVDs. And we have the 3 discs. We got King Kai, Nappa and Vegeta. They would reuse this art for Vegeta for the first or second, I think actually the second, level set Blu-ray volume. But yeah. So, now we have Dragon Box Volume 2 with Vegeta on the front, Dragon Ball Z. It's probably as rare or expensive as it is because of the fact that it has Vegeta on the front. This looks like it got sun bleached. Because, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but this half of Vegeta's face is like more yellowed, whereas this has... It's probably the normal colors that it needs to be, and then you can see with the... You can see right here as well, the discoloration. But, yeah. Top, bottom, spine, which, yeah, is the 2-star Dragon Ball. Episodes 43 to 84. Back. And I do have a piece of paper. That right there. Alright. So we have the disc cases. We got Vegeta on the back. And then the discs 7 through 9. With Bulma, First Form Frieza, and then Dende. And the Dragon Book, you got Frieza on the front here, Vegeta there. And yeah, these read right to left instead of left to right because they wanted to honor the Japanese style of this stuff. And just translate everything as best they could into English. It's actually funny because the Orange Bricks would attempt to, like, copy the Dragon Box's style of doing things. And so did the Dragon Ball Blue Bricks and the GT Green Bricks. By having, I think some of their other releases as well, by having, like, booklets in there that had character bios and episode guides, and everything. Which isn't actually a bad way to go. They're not in, like, hardcover books, but what they are in is, just, like, paperback, like, pamphlets, which is fine. Design works. So, then we have this disc case. Then we have the discs 10 through 12 with Krillin, the Ginyu Force, and Ginyu himself. So yeah, just Raccoon, Birder, Jason, Goldo. We have Volume 3 with Frieza on the front. Episodes 85 to 126. Yeah. Bottom, top, spine, 3-star Dragon Ball. Back. Okay. Disc case. Frieza on the back. We got the discs with Gohan, Frieza, and Goku. They're discs 13 through 15. Specifically, Dragon Book, which I think that this is the best, like, cover for these. So, yeah. Because it just has a really cool shot of all the Dragon team. And you got character bios, relationship charts, episode guides, history. And you got the DVD case. Got discs 16 through 18 with Garlic Jr., Kami, and Trunks. And then we got box 4, which was the last one I had to get with Imperfect Cell. Episodes 127 to 168. Got the bottom, top, spine with the 4-star Dragon Ball. Back. Also, I think that this particular box either was cut weirdly or something happened because the top seems to be a little bit more off-center than the bottom. Like, it's just maybe a centimeter longer than the bottom. It's easier to see when I have the disc cases in there. So you have the first disc case. On the back is Perfect Cell. Discs 19 through 21 with Vegeta 17 and 18 and Cell. Then we have the Dragon Book with Cell on the front. So yeah, if you've ever watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged from Season 2 on, or more so the Bardock Special on, they basically based their episode edits on the original Dragon Box Masters, which at first, from what I know, Kaiser Neko got the DVD rips from people who had the Japanese Dragon Boxes, and then I'm assuming they just got DVD rips from the US Dragon Boxes. And he did, like, a lot of work to stabilize the footage as well as remaster the footage in some ways and then take care of some of the animation errors. So yeah. So here we go with the disc case. And then we got the discs 22 through 24 with 16 Piccolo, and then for some reason Super Saiyan Vegeta from the Buu Saga. I think that this was a screw up on their part when they were taking the disc art from the Japanese Dragon Boxes and applying them to these, because that's supposed to be like Super Vegeta from this arc instead of Super Saiyan Vegeta from the Buu Saga. That's something that I don't think I've seen people point out. That's something that I just found kind of weird when I was doing the individual unboxing for box set 4. So we have volume 5, episodes 169 to 209, with Gohan on the front. This one also has a bit of sun damage, and it's easier to see, I think, on Gohan. Mainly just for, right here. Not really anywhere else. I don't know why that is. But yeah, still good though. You have the bottom, top, spine, you have the 5-star Dragon Ball, back, and then the disc cases go on the back with the discs 25 through 27, Super Saiyan Goku, Perfect Cell, and then Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Which, yeah. I should also say that I also had the orange bricks years ago. I had, like, the last 4 seasons of the orange bricks, I want to say. Because I think I had 5 through 9. And, or maybe just 6 through 9. And, I did watch the Buu Saga through that. Wasn't necessarily too bad. The remastering work got less bad over time. Still bad, but less bad. Because of the film quality and everything. Just being a bit better than earlier episodes. But then I got the Dragon Boxes after I heard the orange bricks were terrible. And it's literally the same amount of episodes, just less seasons and less discs. So yeah. Then we got the Dragon Book. Which this is also really nice. This cover has everyone in Super Saiyan form with Gohan Super Saiyan 2. You have Goku right there, Trunks, and Vegeta. Which this looks more like a picture of Trunks from either Broly or Bardock, or not Bardock, BoJack. Bojack. Whereas in Super Saiyan 4, because I don't believe in either the manga or the anime. I don't believe Trunks ever goes Super Saiyan with long hair while he's in his original outfit. Only when he's in the Saiyan armor. But yeah, so that's really nice. So yeah, that's a really nice shot of Gohan too. I'm pretty sure it's artwork done by Akira Toriyama. For what doesn't look like the anime character designs. These look like they were done by, all the character artwork looks like it's in the modern style. Looks like it was done by the guy who was the lead character designer for all the animated stuff. I can't remember his name. Until Super Broly. Which, I don't necessarily mind his art style, but I can admit that it's probably not the best art style that Dragon Ball has ever had. Because it's not very animation friendly. It's very precise in regards to the character designs and everything that the animators and artists have to continually match. Whereas the new stuff that they're going with in Toriyama's older style of drawing from the earlier days of the manga was a bit more loose, so they had a bit more freedom in regards to drawing and animating everything. Especially when it gets into the later Android stuff, where Toei was employing, I think 5 or 6, maybe, different animation studios at once to do the episodes of Dragon Ball, and 3/4 of the episodes that were produced every month and a half to 2 months just looked bad because the studios couldn't really properly draw anything. So yeah, so you got Volume 5, and they had deadlines to make, so they couldn't make a ton of corrections. So yeah, so you have discs 28 through 30 with Pikkon or Paikuhan, Great Saiyaman, and Videl. Or Videl, as I think it's pronounced in Japanese, and the Ocean dub. It's an anagram of devil, so Videl is actually not that bad of a way to say it, but it's technically not accurate to the Japanese. It's supposed to be Videl. But I personally don't give a shit. Just pointing that out. Because I watched Mr. Fusion's retrospectives on Dragon Ball, and he pronounces a lot of the names in the Japanese way, so because he's more he watches the Japanese dub more than anything else, really. So we got Piccolo right here on Volume 6, episodes 210 to 250. We got the bottom, the top, spine with a 6-star Dragon Ball, and on the back. Yeah, you can see right here with Volume 4 to the top, it gets the way that the cardboard was cut for the box. It's a little bit more over on the top than the bottom, so it gets a bit slanted for no reason. So yeah, it's in the disc case with discs 31 through 33, and it's with 6. That they reversed the layout of the discs. You could probably see it, but just to have a comparison with the box set right before, because I wasn't sure on which box had this. So for these discs, you have starting here on the right, then it goes to the left, 28 through 31. Here, for no reason whatsoever, they reverse it. So it starts here on the right with 31, then goes to 33 on the left. Here's how I know that's improper. Inside these, you have the numbers where the discs are supposed to go. It has the number 28 right there. So that's where 28 goes. And then you have the same thing here, 29, and then underneath this is disc 30. So that is how that is supposed to go. However, when they were designing the DVD cases for volumes 6 and 7, they decided to redo where the numbers were. You can reorganize these if you want to have a consistent thing, but they still have the numbers on underneath, so it's kind of pointless. But yeah, so you have Deborah or Dabra and Bobbity. Then you have Kid Trunks and Gohan in a Great Saiyaman outfit with his Super Saiyan hair. And you have this Dragon Book with Piccolo, which is really nice. So yeah, I know I pretty much watched all the Boo Saga through these Dragon Boxes years ago, and not a bad experience, honestly. The only bad parts of the Dragon Boxes, by the way, if you're wondering, in regards to the Masters, are that the colors are really warped over time, and there's inconsistent color tints depending on the episode. When Toei originally did these, because they teamed up with Pony Canyon in 2003 to do these, they gave Pony Canyon their first-gen film masters, and Pony Canyon cleaned them up as best they could, but they didn't really do a good amount of color correcting, or if any, really, and they didn't stabilize the footage, so unfortunately, there's a bit of wobbliness to the footage, and the colors are not great. But yeah. So we have these, or this case, with discs 34 through 36. Got Fat Boo, Shin / Supreme Kai / Kaioshin, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So yeah. So then we have Dragon Box Volume 7 with Super Saiyan Goku on the front. Episodes 251 to 291. Bottom, top, side, 7-star Dragon Ball. Back. Let me see here. Alright. So the first disc case. And the discs 37 through 39 with Gotenks, Super Boo, and Vegito. The back has Goku. We have here really nice shot of Goku. This is either Akira Toriyama's artwork or it's the animation staff at Toei recreating his art style. I'm not sure. But it still looks good, and I love the shading on them to make it look like manga material. Rather than the shading from the show, which... The show looks fine, it's just... I don't know. Sometimes the shading is not great. It only really gets bad when stuff is digitally animated. When it's hand animated like this, it's more tolerable. Oh yeah, and the bad animation days kind of seep into these later episodes as well. With certain episodes and certain shots. There were some bad animation days early on as well, but it really starts to fall apart in regards to more good animation versus bad animation, or just meh animation, as they went along, because, again, Toei subcontracted a lot of animation companies in Japan to animate everything for them, to just get the episodes made on time. A practice that Toei kind of had to recreate with Super, where they had to subcontract even, non-Japanese animation companies to help lighten the load, because they're so greedy and have dollar signs in their eyes, or yen signs in their eyes, when it comes to Dragon Ball and producing a TV anime that, they don't give their animators enough time for some reason to properly draw and animate the episodes, so shit just falls apart pretty quickly, like it did with early Super. So yeah. So then we have volumes, or this case. with discs 40 through 42 with Kid Buu, Goku, and Oob. So, yeah. Let me just flip these over. Show this side. So yeah, just showing off all 7 Dragon Balls on this side of the Dragon boxes. They look really nice together. So yeah, all 291 episodes. I finally have them in a format that I'm completely fine with. The problems on the Dragon boxes, to me, do not outweigh the benefits of having the episodes this way. And also, this is not the worst release of Dragon Ball. It is actually the best in North America. Sucks that Funimation can't produce anything nearly as good, but you know, that's why hopefully we have a B group who hopefully in the next few years are going to be doing remasters of Dragon Ball Z, like they did Dragon Ball with the really good AI upscales, or AI enhanced upscales, that will, to the Dragon Box Masters specifically, where they will go through with the AI tools, give a good amount of the detail back to the shit, stabilize the footage, and do a good color correction throughout the episodes like they did the original Dragon Ball. So yeah, because they did the first half, I believe, of Dragon Ball. They're doing the second half right now. They're probably going to release it sometime next year in France. So yeah, and then hopefully they're going to move on to Dragon Ball Z, which I imagine they're probably going to do in like 3 or 4 sets. Then, depending on how they want to do it, because Dragon Ball Z has about 141 more, or no, like 138 actually, I think, more episodes than Dragon Ball. And then after that, they're probably going to move on to GT. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, because Toei refuses to remaster the original series for no reason. They did the movies. They did the Bardock and Trunks specials. They do not want to touch the original TV shows for some reason. And then hopefully, eventually, Crunchyroll licenses the AB Group Masters with enough support from fans telling them to, so that they can just release the original Dragon Ball in a new format, and it won't cost them much, outside of just licensing those masters. Then hopefully they'll also license the masters for the TV specials, for the Bardock and Trunks specials, because Funimation's remasters are visually okay, but for some reason are cropped to widescreen. They're not movies, they're TV specials. They are technically 2 double-length episodes of the TV show. They're not supposed to be in widescreen, Funimation. No. But yeah, and hopefully they keep them in 4x3. I'm pretty sure they did the History of Trunks special. I know they definitely did Bardock. Funnily enough, the Bardock special remaster got released in Germany. I don't know why, not anywhere else, but maybe it has to do with the cost of licensing the masters. Yeah, and Toei does charge a pretty good premium for their stuff for no reason. So, yeah, even when it doesn't really matter because of what it is. Anyways, so yeah, which is why Sentai releases have partially stopped. It's hard to license Kamen Rider in batches. They don't license anything in batches unless if it's like one continuous series, I think. And even then, I think that they license episodes in batches from their shows, like probably by arcs, which is why One Piece had a staggered release schedule for so long. But yeah, because Funimation had to continually license episodes and everything. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, so that's been unboxings of all the Dragon boxes. I did not know, or I didn't think that this was gonna come as soon as it did. I thought I was gonna have to wait until next year to get the 4th Dragon box. But thankfully, I have all of them now. Envy me, worship me. Anyways, so yeah, guys, that's basically it for this. So yeah, links in the description, all my shit. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.